Feeling very patriotic on this 3rd of July, 2024. We are the Outcast Podcast. How's everybody feeling? We are ready for yet another show, man. We've got a cast of characters here. We do have a guest. Surprise. We have a guest this week. Unfortunately, our brown guy could not make it last minute. I know a few brown guys.
They were looking like, damn, Ramo lost some weight.
He got better facial hair.
This guy looks a little like Ramo, a little bit. Welcome to the show, by the way. He's not a new member of the show. I want to make that clear. He's a guest host. But Manny, what's up? My Cubano homie, Manny, how are you?
What's up, my brother?
Welcome to the show. We're excited to have you. And thank you for filling in because we have a cast of characters here of a brown guy, a white guy, and we also have a black guy. What's going on, Memphis, my main man? What's up?
I don't like being just introduced last like that. I know we got a guest and all, but still. I don't like being
You've heard the term guest save the best for last. You like that?
That doesn't apply here.
Oh, bullshit. Speak for yourself, jackass.
Yeah, well, man, it's nice to see that today's show is really off to a good start. I'd also like to thank the guys back in the truck. We're all getting ready for our holiday tomorrow, 4th of July. It's, a time to really eat hot dogs and hamburgers and watch fireworks.
Gotta have them ribs. And pussy, too.
I would say that's a good thing to throw in.
It is important.
As well on your 4th of July. So first of all, let's get to know our guest hosts slightly just because we're bringing somebody in. I thought, we've casted these characters on the program. We have a white guy from the South, grew up in Florida. Our homeboy from Florida. What do you call yourself? You're the native son?
Native son, that's right.
You're very tan from being from Florida, but you are white. I believe you fill that out on your driver's license. You do say you're Caucasian.
Oh, yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
That's what he put in your
if I didn't.
report.
So he's our white representative. Of course, Memphis, he's been here since day one, always representing St. Louis, but he's been everywhere. And his claim to fame, Manny, just so you know what you're dealing with here, this guy has slept with women in 48 of the 50 states.
This is true.
Damn, what happened to the last two states?
And which states are those? Florida's one. No, I'm just kidding.
Of course. Yeah. Wyoming and Montana.
Ooh.
And what do you think that it's been that's just stopped you from completing your task? Obviously, marriage, I would say, probably number one.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, I'm married, and so I don't want to go do that.
Was he a bad
Unless,
boy
wait, now here's the thing. If the wife decides we want to go to either one of those states and shit happens, then that's like the final two stamps on the fucking map, baby. Come on now.
Wyoming, I'm sure they can ride good out there because there's a
sure
lot
they
of cowgirls out in Wyoming.
Oh, I'm sure.
Some moose.
Yeehaw, baby. Yeehaw.
To give you a little background on Manny, I wouldn't have been introduced to A Tribe Called Quest, Nas, probably Biggie, I feel like. I remember Lenny Kravitz was also the first time I ever heard Lenny Kravitz. But I thought it would be good to bring in Manny because, well, he fits the role that we're looking for, which is a brown guy. And he's a longtime friend. Manny, how is everything? And I appreciate you coming on the show. And I know you moved to Florida from New York, and you love the New York hip-hop scene. Is it still strong to this day, or are you one of these guys that's like OG where, you got to be down with the 90s hip-hop? Or do you think there's some good stuff still coming out of New York?
Well, I consider myself more the old school type. This new wave, space age music ain't too much for me.
My man. God. About time, shit.
I'm more into like the old school stuff, man.
And do you celebrate the 4th of July? Do you have any celebrations set for yourself, Manny? What will you be doing?
The basic old American 4th of July, do a little barbecue, hang out with the family, kick back a few beers.
That's very American of you, Manny. So it sounds like you fit in. We're Americans. Now, what about you, Tomcat? You have any 4th of July plans? Anything on the table for the 4th?
We're gonna hang out around the house. Probably everyone in the neighborhood lights off these industrial grade fireworks, so you really don't have to go anywhere. They have fireworks downtown. They have them at the beach. But we just hang out in the neighborhood, and
it's outlaw fireworks in the Cape. I feel like the people I've seen where people light fireworks inside people's homes in the Cape.
Dude, hey, Jesus. It would seem like it because it is nuts. It starts as soon as right before the sun goes down, and it's just You'd think they were industrial grade, and I know they're not because when you go to a real fireworks show, which you're probably going to talk about later, but you see they're much bigger than these. But damn, you would think so. You'd think they're industrial grade.
The last time I was in your neighborhood for the 4th of July, it seemed like everybody was out of their house and they were all on the street.
Lighting them off.
They're lighting them.
Freaking
Everybody's putting on their
and-
own show at their house.
It's
amazing.
and it's block after block. It's like grid because the Cape is this massive grid, right? So imagine every block, every street, everyone has a launcher, and all of them are going up all night long. So it's not like there's a little bit of fireworks for an hour or so. It's nonstop fireworks all night long, which is fun. I actually have a good time. So that's what I'll be doing, watching the neighborhood explosions.
And I know you appreciate the red, white, and blue. You're very respectful to the U.S. of A. You're going to be, thanking the founding fathers. I mean, what?
Yeah, why
are your
not?
thoughts of the history of America? It is America's birthday. That's one of the reasons why we celebrate it.
Celebrating, them signing the Declaration of Independence and the ideas that this country is founded upon: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for everybody. So, yeah, it's a great thing to celebrate, for sure.
What about you, Memphis? Any 4th of July plans?
No.
No. I know you don't celebrate holidays.
No,
I know
I do not.
you don't agree with some of our founding fathers. They didn't get they didn't
do
get
you-
it all
Do you
right.
understand why?
I do. I can understand why. Could you explain to the audience? And does it bother you to see 4th of July celebrations?
No, it don't bother me. I mean, this shit, it is what it is, a part of this crazy ass country, and no, I don't let that shit, that don't bother me. I mean, we had Juneteenth. What bothers me is people trying to hijack our day. We just got it. And people trying to hijack our shit. So, no, fuck that. Just do what you do.
Do you like a nice fireworks celebration?
Not anymore. Not anymore, because usually I'm like gigging on the 4th of July or some shit like that. But this year, we just going to kick it. We just going to do like we normally do. Kick it, drink, smoke.
I have one thing I would like to take up with the 4th of July.
What's that?
Well, first off, as a kid, the 4th of July, I really liked it because it meant it was summertime and you didn't have to go to school, number one. Number two, you did enjoy a nice firework. I would get scared of them a little bit because I always had a fear that maybe the big ones were going to fall down and catch me on fire. I don't know why, but I was afraid of them.
You were a big old puss. That's
Probably. But that could be it. You guys weren't afraid of the fireworks, the big ones that they might, like when you're
Yes,
like 3 or 4?
you know what?
Hell
And I
no.
agree with you. I thought that because you see them coming down, I did think that the stuff was gonna.
Yeah. We're talking 3 or 4. Some of my earliest memories of being scared was we would go to the racetrack when I was a young kid where they would race cars, and then at the end they would do fireworks. And I always told my mom I'd rather be under the bleachers. Watch them from under the bleachers where I could still see through, but the firework will not fall on me and catch me on fire. So fireworks were scary to me, but then I started to appreciate the firework because it is pretty. But my other problem with the firework is it's taken a long time to evolve. To me, the firework was exactly the same in 1985 when I remember some of my first fireworks as when you go to the fireworks shows today. It goes up in the air, it explodes, it's the same design. When will the firework evolve?
Now, can I say that I have an opposite take on this? I think it has evolved. I've watched some numerous fireworks shows lately, and they've had stuff in there that the fireworks are doing that I haven't seen before, and they got all this new drone technology. So when you put the drone show with the fireworks show, that's new, right?
Yeah, I'll give you that. If we could roll
I don't
some
know about the
footage.
drone show.
Roll some footage, because what also I think is better than a 4th of July footage is my son's training to be a pilot, and we went to this air show where we went and saw the Thunderbirds. They're the Air Force planes, and they go racing by
Yeah, it's killer.
up in the sky. And then at nighttime, they do fireworks with these drones. Right now, they're playing it on the YouTube and the Twitch for those of you watching the show. You can see it. But you see these lights up in the sky. You see the fireworks in the sky, but you also see these drones flying, like TK was saying. This has made the fireworks show evolve, but I feel like I'm still not seeing enough of the drones with the fireworks. But I give you credit. Finally, the drone is taking the fireworks shows
Yeah, can we
to
like
the next level.
Can we like
I mean, I
fly
like
Chris
having a
Brown
picture.
up there on like a
Sorry.
harness or something and send him up there like on a run? That'd be
Chris
impressive.
Brown does puts on a hell of a show.
Especially at his meet and greets, I hear.
Yeah, that boy done broke
Emphasis
up,
on
he's
meat.
breaking up a lot of homes right now.
I bet you he's been in all 50 states.
Oh,
No, yeah,
you know
definitely.
He has. You know he has.
Oh yeah.
So
Sorry, it was the
when
wrong
we
one.
were introduced to fireworks as a kid, and this is crazy how my family is, but this is how you learn. they give you one of those little pumps because we would go out and purchase our own fireworks, and they give those little, we call them pumps, but y'all call them whatever you call them to like light the firecracker or whatever. Whatever. So anyway, but as a kid, they walk you over to them and they teach you how to light it, and then they pull you back, and then you just watch it go off like, oh, okay. So then you do it again, and then the third time you got to do it on your own. But we watching you, and you go out there, you be like 3-4 years old, you light it, and then you kind of like tip tap back, and we just pull you back a little bit more, and now you know how to light your own fireworks. That's how we were taught.
Now, Manny, you are from New York. They say they do everything better in the Big Apple. You've spent most of your life on Long Island and in New York. What were the fireworks displays like in the summertime in New York? Were they impressive or the same thing? Where would people go?
You know, in New York, fireworks are illegal.
What?
But everybody comes down south, and you rack up, and then you go back up there and you sell them.
So you can't, if you're on Long Island, you can't light. I do know that there's some areas around where we live, islands like Marco Island. They don't allow it. Fort Myers Beach does not allow it. Certain areas, I guess. But the whole state of New York, no fun zone. You can't light off a firework.
It's not enforced, but if you don't see, how out here you see these tents selling all these fireworks. Like,
they don't let that happen
in New York. You don't see it.
See, I would think in the more condensed areas where there's buildings, you might not want it because you could light everything on fire and there's a lot of people. You don't want people shooting fireworks.
Not necessarily. I mean, you can, but I mean, it's kind of rare too if you're irresponsible. And at least back then, nobody was doing crazy shit like today. Today, I wouldn't have that because people just don't know how to act, so no, I wouldn't do it today. But back then, it was different.
My son, Jordan, he had a firework, the Roman candle, just last year.
Hell yeah.
His girlfriend caught it on camera, the one that you hold in your hand, and then it has about 5 shots out of it. And you hold it, and poof, poof.
Sometimes they blow up in your hand.
Oh, it did. Blew up right in his hand, and thankfully, where his hand was, it was just inches above it where you saw the blowout, where it started to go out, and then it went out. And blew up right in his hand. I wish we had the video. We should have gotten that ready.
Do you know what's right underneath that is the thing where it says, don't hold it in your hand?
Yeah. But I thought that's the point of it. The Roman candle.
No.
I shot my brother in the mouth.
You got to
with a
put
Roman
those down
candle.
you're supposed to put those down in some shit.
Are you calling me a bad father? Because I thought they
Look, I grew up doing it. We grew up shooting them at each other.
That's
sure.
What we did. We shot them at each other. I told you.
Put bottle rockets in tubes like they're launchers and have somebody light it and you're shooting them. Yeah, we done. You ever heard of lady fingers? They're the really little ones.
Small ones.
And you can buy them in the long strings of them, but we used to just unwrap all the strings so we have a bunch of them and we
used to have
an
M80s.
The M80s in New York was like doing a drug transaction. You had to track somebody down.
Yeah.
They would give it to you in like a little paper bag.
Because for those of you who don't know what M80s are, they like
blow a mailbox up. I tell you that.
Small little sticks of dynamite, basically.
Quarter stick, they say. Some of them are, but you wouldn't want that on like a Subway. That would be bad.
Nah, that would be big. That'd be pretty bad. That'd be pretty bad.
Some crazy person throws it in the,
Everybody
heads up.
Everybody be very careful. Happy 4th of July to everyone. I know it's the 3rd of July. Everybody probably getting out of work early and just be safe this 4th of July if you're going to be celebrating.
Shout out to Justin Tuck, too. Blew his thumb off.
Jeez.
Oh, that's right. He did do. That's right.
The kicker?
No, the dude that played defensive end or defensive tackle for the Giants.
Yeah, Justin
Tuck.
He had a fucking M80 or something in his hand and blew his shit off.
He got his thumb tucked.
But he could still tackle. He could still tackle a guy.
There was a guy around here, really messed up. He had in his apartment and had fireworks and putting gunpowder in a blender.
Oh no!
Whoa.
Holy fucking shit!
That's some Florida man.
Blew his arms completely off. When the cops got there, he was outside. They said he was just like sitting there like, I messed up. I think about that all the time. I'm like, man, that is messed up. What an idiot. He was, I guess, mixing the gunpowder, but didn't think that the blender would spark it.
Oh my god!
When they came in, they said it looked like somebody had just taken all of the cabinets, everything were knocked off the walls inside the room.
Nuts?
Why would you even
Don't play with fireworks like that, bro.
Oh no! Florida man, people. Look, I tell y'all every week, man. Florida man.
That did happen here too.
Golly. It's okay to laugh because that's some dumbass shit.
Well, there's been some fireworks going off since the last time we were on the air. I don't know if you caught that debate. I know Memphis didn't. We had a group text, and he was like, what did I miss? He didn't actually tune into the debate. I'm curious if you've had a chance to do your research and find out what happened. What intel did you get after hearing about the presidential debate that took place just after we got off the air last week?
Well, I wasn't going to watch it. I was out doing some more important shit, so I didn't watch it. And then they were talking about it in the group text. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go back and watch this shit. I don't want to, but I know we was going to talk about it today. So I wanted to go back and watch it. And I was like, it happened just as I thought it would. And I'm not shocked either way. And I got way more to say, but I'm going to let them talk.
Well, the one thing that I took by surprise watching it, and I shared that in the group text, was I wasn't so surprised that Joe Biden had some trouble getting his thoughts together, because I don't blame the guy. He's an older gentleman. He's in his 80s. And I found myself being very nervous when he was speaking, because to me, he's representing our country. He's representing me. I live in the United States. I want our president to win. I don't know if I want him to win in this election. I think he may be getting too old, but that's for us to have a debate here on the show if we want to. But the thing I found to be the most surprising is that after the fact, his own network turned on him. I tuned into Fox News to see what they were saying, and they were saying exactly what I thought. They were going to say Joe looked old and that Trump looked great. And I was like, well, got what I expected there. Let me go to CNN and see what they're saying. And they turned on him. And they were saying, oh, this is the worst performance. They were in panic mode. They had like panic on the bottom of the screen. I thought, oh, my God, his own cheerleading squad has now started rooting, or at least rooting against him, it seems like. So that was the biggest surprise to me.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, 'cause to have CNN flip on you, I thought it was kind of a shitty move if you're the Democrats. What's your thought, Tomcat? I know you're a big Trumper. What do you
Is that
think?
what I am?
Yeah, well, you are.
Yeah, you are.
No,
a
listen,
big Trumper.
I like Donald Trump, but I do find I think of myself as an independent mind, but I do like Donald Trump. But anyways, as far as the debate goes, what people saw is one of the biggest scandals in U.S. history, as far as them telling everybody that this guy was not a complete mess this whole time. Last week, it was cheap fake. It's a cheap fake. You guys manipulated these videos to show that Joe Biden is old. And then this week, he's found to be so old, they might replace him on the ticket now.
Come on, man.
I mean, I would not be surprised at this point. I never thought that was going to happen, but he's polling so low now after that debate performance, they may replace him.
What do you think, Manny? I mean, Joe Biden looked pretty old in the footage. I found myself feeling bad for him. I thought that it was a bad position for him. He's not a very good debater. Maybe he's good at masturbating, but not debating. What do you think?
He's obviously going through dementia. You feel bad for a person like that. We all have family members going through stuff like that. To me, the most surprising thing was CNN and MSNBC acting totally shocked. Like they were surprised that this happened. Everybody's been seeing it for the last couple of years. He's not there. He's not all there. So why, now they're acting surprised. Now they want to make a change. It's too late.
It could be too late, but I'm reading. This is the New York Times. If we could pull up the New York Times article that just came out a couple of hours ago. It says here that Biden told an ally that he's weighing whether he wants to continue in the race.
Yeah, I'm starting to think he may drop out because Kamala is getting better numbers than he is. And then Michelle Obama is getting the best numbers actually in a new poll that just came out that I was reading about. So also I was watching CNN last night, which I really, don't watch a lot of CNN, but I couldn't take my eyes off it because every single segment was the same shit. They would load up the person. Come on, bring your person on. All right, when's Joe Biden dropping out? When's he going to drop out? Is he going to drop out today? But if you did the talk with him, hour after hour, every segment, they would load up another person at the top of the hour and they would get their guest on and be like, when's Joe Biden dropping out? There was no other news all night last night. So I don't know. They're putting that press on Joe Biden
I'm
right here.
This way. We knew Joe was old and not all the way there. But here's the other side of this, right? Trump lied the entire fucking night. Two things can be true. Joe is old. Trump is a fucking liar. And these are facts. Because I didn't want to watch this shit, but I had to for the show. They fact-checked everything this motherfucker said, and he literally lied through the whole fucking thing.
Well, what did he lie about?
But hold on. At the same time,
they both were lying.
Joe Biden said that the Border Patrol
endorsed him.
out and out supports him.
And they came out the next day
immediately
and said they don't.
That's not true.
He also
said nobody died under his
administration. And the 13 Afghanistan soldiers died. He said no service members died in my administration.
Those are pretty major lies.
But everybody does that. I'm not, like I said, I ain't here holding his water either. Nobody can sit up here and say that because this old motherfucker didn't have a good time, but this other motherfucker lied. This is what we got, unfortunately, unless Joe drop out, which I think he probably should. But if you can forget 34 felonies and grab by the pussy, I can forget this fucking debate.
Well, yeah, the problem is that he still has a few months to go.
I don't think he gonna make it.
If he makes it a few months, that was how bad this debate was.
Yeah.
People were wondering if he was going to be able to show in the debate that he could make it 4 more years, and now people are like, I don't know if he can make it 4 more months.
But people act like our enemies ain't watching this.
Yeah, people were.
Well,
there were tweets,
but it's not like we ain't watching him. I mean, this is the crazy part because people say, "Oh, our enemies." We earned some of the motherfuckers, and it's not like our country ain't done dirt. Then we got these enemies for a reason. It is what it is. But we can't worry about the enemies now. We got to worry about our own house first. Listen, y'all know I'm not a Republican nor a Democrat. I am a registered independent. I see shit for how it is. I don't go off because this white ring motherfuckers talking shit on some far left idiots talking shit. I actually have a goddamn mind. I'm pretty sharp, and I look at what is best for me, those around me, and for my community. You know, most of you motherfuckers don't know what the 3 branches of the government are. Let me finish. Let me say this.
I know what they are.
You know, I'm not saying y'all. So I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about these people out here who are viewing and don't know how to make up their own minds because my uncles and my parents vote this way, so I'm gonna vote this way, or all my friends voting this way, so I'm gonna vote this way. Instead of looking at your own interests, you know, read your ballots. Do any of you read your ballots? That's another question. Or you just go in, oh, I gotta vote. It's November 3rd, so I'm gonna vote this one because this is what and you voting against your own interests. This is how we get to where we are now.
Oh, and it's gonna be a problem because people, when they vote for the president, if the people sit home that are voting for Biden, they're not gonna vote. You know how like when you go vote for president, you gotta vote all. Like most people vote all.
Like down ballot, yeah.
Then the down ballots are gonna get messed up.
That disappears as well. So that you're not gonna get, anybody that sits out, you're taking all those votes away from all the.
And not only that, if those of you who think about I'm not gonna vote, that one vote that you don't vote for is vote for somebody else who's trying to take your shit away.
Now, would you get behind the vice president? Because I will say, in the night as this is happening and unfolding last week, and I'm watching CNN, I give it to our vice president.
Oh, I bet you would, buddy.
Yeah, you would.
I think she's fairly attractive.
Hell yeah. She still got
Heels
it
up,
now.
Harris. Let's go.
Oh, Tomcat, don't over here act like as if you could, you wouldn't.
No way. She did get with Montel Jordan back in the day.
No, listen. Everybody
This is
know
how
that
we do it,
Tomcat
baby.
be lying his
Not
ass
that
off.
Montel Jordan.
No, he be lying.
I thought
Tomcat be lying.
that night when
He lying.
CNN was just barreling her, and it was Anderson Cooper, of all people, was just like, is this how this guy acts in the White House? And she was on her toes, and she could at least play the role of a politician. Unfortunately, Biden, that's the whole part of being a politician to me is show business. If you can't put on a show, that's why I think Obama was so good. Whether you agree with his policies or not, Obama was a star when it comes to being cool. He had the cool factor. He was a great speaker. He was quick on his toes. And Biden is not, obviously, and for good reason. The guy is an elder. So I thought our Vice President Harris was very quick on her toes when she was thrown into the fire.
She's even better on her back. Hey, but if they get Big Mike, they're good.
Yeah? Who you mean Big Mike? What are you talking about?
Big Mike, Big Mike.
You talking about Michelle Obama?
That's right.
Hold on, man. Listen. Hold on. We gonna stop there right now. We don't display black women on this show.
That's why I said.
You hear me? You hear me?
Guy though.
We don't know.
It's a guy though.
There is rumors on the internet. Now I don't know if I trust these rumors.
So you all gonna be low info idiots, as he like to say, and believe everything you read on the internet.
I don't know if I actually believe she's a guy.
Yes, you do. Don't say I'm
just joking about it.
Nah, you wouldn't joke. We don't joke about black women on this show.
We joke about everything on this show.
Not that. We don't do that. Call that woman who she is.
Who do you
Please
think
and
is the
thank you.
best replacement, Memphis? If you say it's not Biden, should it be the
Which I
vice
don't.
president? Should it be Michelle Obama? Should it be someone else from the Democratic Party? Because they're running out of time, unfortunately, for the Democrats.
I don't think they run out of time, and I do think the longer it takes for them to get Joe out the way, it could hurt them. So they need to kind of make that, with the gypsiness, quick, fast. If that's who they roll out there, I probably have to vote for her. And the reason why, and like I said, I'm not one to throw my vote away, but because Project 2025 is real, and if that comes into play like they hoping it will,
what is this 2025 I keep hearing about?
I am not going to tell you because you have to read it for yourself. It's not 100 pages. It take you a while. I'm not going to tell you.
You're not going to tell me?
No, I'm not. You got to do your research. You got to do your own independent.
What about you, Tomcat? Do you know what is in Project 2025?
I do know it is in Project 2025.
Well, what's in there?
I'm reading it still.
The far right has made public its plans for an ideal America if one of their allies wins in 2024 presidential election and its 2025 presidential transition project. Project 2025 is spearheaded by the far right think tank Heritage Foundation and supported by more than 80 organizations, many well-known extremists.
I understand it's supported by
It's
people,
a lot.
but
It's
what
a
does it
lot
say?
because you can break it down into summaries, but you actually have to read it because there's a lot. And I just started reading.
It's basically saying that they want to take away rights from women and LGBTQ people.
And black people and brown people.
Which is not true, dude. It's not true. It's just fear mongering.
Have you
it's
read
gaslighting and
No,
fear
have you
mongering.
read
It happens every time we get close to the
Yes, hold
election.
on, wait,
Nobody's
wait a
rights
second.
are being taken away.
Wait a minute.
Who wrote it? Who wrote it?
Hold on. Answer the question. Have you read it? Yes or no?
I'm reading it right now.
What? You got a lot of reading to do, Bubs. It's 900 pages.
Well,
And
if you want to discuss it, what are you saying is the overall point of what you're talking about?
You got to do your research.
Okay. Well, you don't want to discuss it. So
No,
next,
we're gonna
I
do
guess
research.
we'll talk about
It
something
says
else.
it was written by Kevin Roberts, who's the president of the Heritage Foundation, who I know I did conservative talk radio at Fox News back in about 2009. And I remember the Heritage Foundation came up a lot around those circles as big donors. They were big donors to the conservative movement.
The thing that conservative people want is they don't want it in the schools. Like up to a certain age, they don't want you teaching their kids about anything sexual. They don't give a shit if it's LGBTQ or if it's straight.
Y'all
They just
didn't
don't
have-
want you teaching their kids up to a certain age. And that's really what it is. But a lot of times people hijack that and say they're out there trying to say that they don't want you teaching the kids anything about, or they don't want you teaching anyone about, LGBTQ issues or African American issues. But that's not what's happening. It's just they don't want you teaching kids under a certain age about sexuality under a certain age. That's really what it is. And with the taking books out of libraries and things, those books were books that they just felt like were a little bit not right for that age group. They weren't saying you couldn't read those books. You just couldn't read them in the library for the little kids.
Well, here's the thing. Those books been in the library since we were kids. Here's the problem. Get out of people's bedrooms, out of their personal lives. Focus on why we put you in these offices in the first place, to pass policies for the people and not to, fatten your pockets. That's the problem right there. No, they don't. They taking books out of the libraries because we can learn. If we can learn about the presidents and all the shit they did, the kids can learn about slavery too.
No, I wouldn't say take that out.
And here's the thing.
I would say take the sexual shit out. The sexual shit.
Let me ask you this. Did y'all have help? I knew you went. I didn't. I'm not a Floridian. I went to school in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm not from Florida, so let me tell you about my education. We had a such thing called health class. We had that in elementary school.
We had health class.
All the way up through high school. So they send a, excuse me, saying they don't want you to teach kids like sexual stuff, which I'm still trying to figure out.
We had
what
sex education.
we had.
We
that.
did. They showed us the uterus and the penis.
See, here's the thing, right? People that are our age and then they just forget. I don't want my kids to learn it. Literally, they don't need to teach that in school. Guess why they got fucking TikTok. They learn all that shit on TikTok. So, but you don't teach them in school. They learn somewhere else, and then they out here fucked up. Reading is fundamental, folks.
I guess is what's really important is not where they find the information. It's what is institutionalized. We don't want to be paying to teach them sex at that age. Like if they find it on TikTok, well, that's fine. But
don't you want to learn the right thing?
We're not going to put it in. What are you talking about? I'm just saying, like, at a certain age, I don't have kids, but I wouldn't want people teaching my kids about sex at a certain age. I mean, when you get into like middle school, sure, teach them about the uterus and the penis.
Everybody, we
whatever.
all had sex education, right?
Yeah. I mean,
in school, right? We all
Yeah,
had
we all
those
had it.
classes.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. The thing now is how are those classes being taught today? Is it different than when we went to school? Because when we went to school, it was pretty biological.
Totally.
This and this and this.
yeah,
and this
it
and
was
that.
really boring.
Now, what we don't
But
want,
funny.
right? But what we don't want is like the teacher's personal preferences or anything like that being instilled into our kids. We want a biological description of what sex is, and that's
Right.
appropriate.
Now we can all agree to that.
Yeah.
We all agree to, and in the second part, I totally agree. Look, however you get down, do not bring that in the classrooms. That I see. This shit is why you had conversation, because certain things is not as bad as, or not say it's bad, or people take shit too far, right? And I think this is what these right wing people are. Versus, like, nobody teaching anybody's kids in inappropriate things.
But what happens if it's in the library in a book?
They've
Do you
been
take
there.
it out or do you leave
Did
it?
you? Let me ask
That's
you.
where I
let me
think the
ask-
argument came.
Let me ask you this: did you not, when you were in middle school, go to a newsstand and you could find Playboy magazines, anything there, right?
It's not at school though.
But you couldn't get your hands on it
school.
unless you had an ID. They're not going to say those were
hold
behind the
on,
counter.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, I'm getting to a point.
Please.
Maybe this just happened where I was at. And said somebody somehow got some of these magazines and brought them to the libraries, because I'm telling you things that happened. Truth.
They had
stuff.
Playboys at the library?
Well, somebody would put them in the library. Not saying the library would put them in there themselves. I'm talking about somebody else.
Did the page stick together? I bet it did.
Yeah, some of them did.
So, like somebody snuck them in.
Somebody and put them in the library, and you're like, yo,
right.
dog, you go to the library, you go such. It's some Playboys or some nasty magazines.
But that's
in
like
there,
off that's off the, like, what we're talking about is like, when, what books should be used in a curriculum. Like, there shouldn't be any kind of all this, like, it don't matter if you're lesbian, straight, gay, whatever. That's a personal decision for whoever. A kid shouldn't be taught to lean any particular way.
Like, I think it's
Agreed.
more like
I agree with that.
Isn't it kind of like relationships? Because it's like biology seems to be cool at a certain age, but maybe it's the relationship part that people don't really feel comfortable with them being taught. Like, kind of let them figure it out for themselves. Don't try to teach them the relationship part of it. I don't know.
I mean, we had weirdo teachers back in our day, and you learned your own way. Whichever way you thought you went.
I would have thought it was weird if a teacher ever interjected themselves to me when I was that age. Like, okay, buddy, you're going to tell me
things
like
that
what
are happening today.
Yeah, like the teachers never even talked to us like that. They were just,
Like I said, I'm not from Florida, so like I said, where I'm from, and I grew up, we did things differently. We just rock differently, and there was no such thing as no things you don't talk about. You learn this shit because you got to grow up. And I would rather, I'm not saying like to a crazy extreme, like I want my teachers teaching kids like shit they ain't supposed to know, but then this is where parenting come in too, because we would have homework and shit, and we have to fill certain shit out and identify shit, and you got to show your mom and dad, hey, I want to make sure this shit right, you know what I'm saying, so you get your credit and blah, blah, blah for school. This is the problem. People blame everything on the teachers, and there are some widows, but let's just backtrack for a second. What are you doing, mom and dad? What are y'all doing? How are you parenting your children? Let's ask that question, because nobody seems to.
I agree.
Nobody
that
asks the parents.
Need to step up, but one problem is the parents all have to work so much because everything's so expensive that it's hard to have parents
come on,
around.
that's an excuse, man. Because
well, it is tough when you got two parents that are working, or you have a single parent that's working all the time.
I'm not a parent either. I'm not a parent. So I'm not going to speak.
It's tough for you to say.
It's tough for me to say, but if I were a parent, it don't matter what the hell I got to do. You know what I'm saying? But I still got to make sure my kids is doing what they supposed to do. I want to make sure they grade this shit is right. People, I'm not saying y'all or whatnot, but there are people out here who make excuses like, I have so much to do that I can't spend the proper time with my kids, which is why they wild the fuck out.
I heard it's costing now on average almost as much as rent to have childcare right now in the U.S. Like,
It's been like that for
expensive.
a long time.
The whole dynamic is tough. You got two parents working. So basically a child gets out of school, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Parents get home 5, 6 o'clock. So The kid has right there 2 hours unsupervised, no matter how young they are, whatever. And what do? They go on their phone. The phone is like, if we had access to a phone when we were little kids, could you imagine the shit that we would be like?
Oh my God, dude!
Can you imagine the shit that we would be?
Dude, man, look,
Like,
man, talk to him.
like it would be insane. The shit that we would have been coming up with, our generation.
I'm glad we didn't have the internet and all these phones and all these videos because I'd been already in mad trouble.
Well, let's watch some of these videos we have here. We have some videos to show you. One is this Rick Ross video.
Yeah.
I guess he got jumped. TK, you're the one that put this one into the group text.
Yeah, I did. Well, I saw this. I had it in my news, actually. There's 3 different videos that I saw. And yeah, he got surrounded and attacked.
Now, we think this guy got jumped for the sole reason. What I'm reading, and I don't know if I believe it, but he's got beat up for one reason and one reason only, because
his music is terrible.
Well,
no, wait,
no,
that's
like
not
Rick.
it.
Huh.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Huh.
Oh,
well, I think I like Rick Ross. I think he's the boss. But when I went to his 40th birthday party, and I got the bottle of rosé to prove it.
Look at him, just trying
Yeah.
to
No,
just
he's
throw that
cool,
little
man.
flex
No,
out
it's
there.
not
I
cool.
went to his 40th
he
birthday
did. He got
party.
to go to Rick
Yeah,
Ross's
yeah, he
birthday
did.
party.
He
That's
did.
an
He
awesome
do it.
story.
Dropping names.
I
Yeah,
could
look
tell.
at him.
I
He's
could tell
sticking
that
his shit,
story. I
though.
could tell that story later. But
Yeah.
Rick Ross gets jumped, and I'm told the only reason why is because he's playing a song by Kendrick Lamar, the new record, and what's that?
Not Like Us.
Not
Not
like
Like
us.
Us.
Yes, that's playing, and so they're in Toronto or somewhere. Where are they? They're
They're in
somewhere
Vancouver.
Vancouver, Canada, which is where Drake is from.
No,
Yes.
Drake is from Toronto.
Toronto. Well, it's the same
Vancouver-
country. They're from Canada.
Yeah, Vancouver's on the west coast
Yeah,
of.
they're far away
Canada.
from each other.
Yeah, they're not close.
So what I was reading is there's beef between long-standing beef. I guess they're not exactly sure why between Rick Ross and Drake, which I wasn't really too. I didn't know that.
Didn't
I
Rick
thought
Ross have a diss record too? He just did
he
recently.
he did a diss record about Drake, I guess.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought this had to do with more Kendrick Lamar Drake beef, but it doesn't. It's from what I'm
All right.
understanding.
Let me allow me to catch y'all up because
Do you know who that dude is with the man bun? Because he's a ninja.
y'all
Look at it. He's the dude that punched him in the face
y'all
first.
clearly are not.
All right, what happened,
about the
Memphis?
culture, man? So here's what happened. I'll talk about this and then backtrack. So Rick Ross's DJ did play Not Like Us, and he was doing a show in Vancouver. Now, would have I done that? Probably not a good idea. I wouldn't do that, and I do some bold shit, but I wouldn't have done that. That's a little stupid. What happens? Drake is from Canada. Vancouver is in Canada. Everybody loves Drake in Canada. Rick Ross and Drake have this little thing back and forth, and then them playing Not Like Us probably was not a smart idea. So people that are Drake stans press Ross and his people, and here's what we got. What you don't realize is what just happened, right?
What just happened?
Because those of us who grew up in the 90s, we were around the time when Biggie and Pac was doing their thing.
We don't want it to come to that. That was ugly. That was ugly.
What just happened, because when the person who put this video out, Drake liked the video. He liked it. So what he don't realize, what he did was,
Champagne Poppy.
Drake, he's from Toronto, but he does a lot of shows in the United States, particularly Florida.
That's where the boss is from. The boss is from Florida.
Just this morning, Luke just put out a video and addressed the whole thing.
Two Live Crew, Luke.
Yeah, Uncle Luke. Sorry, Uncle Luke. And addressed the whole thing and broke it down to how those of us with a brain who like Drake don't realize that he cannot go to Florida now. And not only that, he can't go on the West Coast because their politics are different. For those of you who ain't been on from the West Coast, let me tell you, they move and their politics are different. They take that as a jab at them. So now he can't go, and this is also, I'm not making this up, this is out there, that he cannot go to the West Coast now. And he be foolish to come to Florida.
Yeah, but all right. So if Drake would have been in Florida, and Drake would have played a diss track on Ross.
What do you think
in
would have
Florida?
happened? What do you think
what
would
have
happen?
happened to Drake?
Yeah. So it's stupid. It's like
Well,
don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
I haven't seen anybody get attacked yet for these diss tracks. This is the first time I've seen
Well,
it get
we saw
physical.
people get killed in the 90s.
The
so
thing
we don't
is,
No,
want
I
that.
mean,
Rick
as far
Ross
as with
was
this,
way too accessible. Drake would not even. You
he
wouldn't be able
did
to
jump.
touch Drake.
You're right. He did jump down and go right after his set. He went right into the
Well, you
crowd,
guys
which
have
is I
seen-
thought was odd.
Well,
I
here's
thought
the
was
thing
odd.
too. Like, so the back and forth, it was between Kendrick and Drake. And Drake the two of them been throwing shots for a long time at each other. Drake decided to just jump out the window. We had this conversation on one of our previous episodes. Drake decided he really wanted to press and go at Kendrick. Everybody's like, why would you do that? He did it. And not only did he do it, like Kendrick, the culture, I'm talking about my culture. My culture. Drake, he's done in my culture. The culture has spoken. We don't rock with him like that no more.
What about the culture in Canada? Are they still with him, or have they turned their back
Well, he's
on him as
Canadian.
well?
Of course they rocking with him. But for us, no. The culture spoke.
His,
I mean, it's
his
really
radio songs are still on because they're still putting
His-
new
They're
songs
not
that he
charting.
just put
No,
out.
they are
They're
not.
not
No,
charting.
they're
Yes,
not.
they are.
No, they're
of,
not.
of all of us who's on the radio and gets the charts from the radio, me.
Yeah,
Thanks.
but they're
so I'll
not-
take that one.
No,
and they just
no.
gave me one this week with a brand new song from Drake.
Where's it
So-
charting in the United States? I'm telling
Charting here on the radio. I just
But-
told you.
but
But
there
there
are
are
some
radios
statistics.
across the United States. Thank
Drake
you very
is,
much. You're
I-
talking to another radio guy.
Well,
Thank
one
you.
thing I will tell you is that
Okay.
Drake is used to coming out with songs and them being number one right off the bat. He did that. I mean, kudos to him. He did it
yeah,
for 10
give him
years.
his props.
But now he has a new song with Camila Cabello he just came out with.
right.
Might be the
That's
one you're playing.
That is the one we're playing.
And it's not number one. It's like,
I didn't say it was number one. I'm just saying he's got
they're playing
songs
it.
on the radio.
He's got songs on the radio.
Yeah.
But he has, if there is a knock on Drake, he's not putting out records and they're not going directly to number one. I mean, there's times where he had 3 or 4 records in the top 10 at the
Well,
same
he would be
time.
killing it. But the last
So I don't
two
think
albums,
he cares. He think he did just fine. He had a nice run, and
yeah.
he's probably going to be just fine. No
His
matter
time
who
is
turns on.
done. It's somebody else's time.
I don't know.
Rap careers don't last forever, man.
That's true too. And he's so rich.
saying?
Who would care?
Some
I
do,
would
but
ride
you're
off
not
into
gonna
the
be number
sunset.
one forever.
No, you're
Yeah,
not gonna
for
be
sure.
one for not forever. We all know that. But what I'm saying is, the music he's putting out, that's like a little quick flash, and then it's gone. Nobody. But I'm talking about. But since this thing with him and Kendrick, only the Drake sexuals won't admit to this, but it really has hurt him in ways that you don't even think about. Do you know the song "Not Like Us" is up for a Grammy?
And
This shit is up for a Grammy, and it's a diss record.
It's a good song.
It does make
It's
sense
an amazing song.
because Drake kind of does 2 different kinds of music. He does like you said, Drake sexual music, which is like the R&B shit, and he tries to do rap, or he does rap successfully. So if he does have problems over here and the culture's not accepting him, he'll just go over here and do his Drake sexual stuff and be successful with
Well, I
that.
don't know about that because there are a lot
Seems
of white
like-
kids out here that are screaming "Not like us." A lot of them. I'm telling you what I see too.
Is Kendrick going to start singing Kendrick sexual songs to compete with?
That makes no sense. What the hell are you even talking about? That was stupid. Why are you even saying?
Well, I'm saying it.
And no, and to answer
So
your question,
maybe-
no, because Kendrick is about the
Well,
culture.
if
the culture and
if Drake competed with him in rap, maybe Kendrick should
Well-
step his game up and start singing.
well, they just had.
They're not like us.
Did you not just understand that? Thank you for playing it for him. They just had a battle and Kendrick destroyed him. Like, destroyed Drake. Like, literally, you thought what Pusha T did to Drake was bad? Kendrick destroyed this man. What are you talking about, Tom K? I know you don't pay attention.
I
It's
said,
okay.
I said it was a joke. I said,
No.
I
But
said,
it-
hey, can I talk for a second?
Go ahead.
I said since he battled Kendrick, why doesn't Kendrick try to battle him in the R&B shit? That was my point, and it was
For
a
what?
joke.
Kendrick's not
So
a
let's keep it
rapper.
light a
I'm
little
gonna
bit because you're getting a little too wonky. It's not even funny.
No, you just really.
It's not even funny what you're saying, or
Well,
it's like not interesting.
I
Let's
wasn't
move
trying to
along.
make a joke, and you are not funny. Thank you very much.
I just had to speak my mind.
As you
Let's move
should.
along or something because it's getting wonky.
As you should, but I'm gonna say something back. You know how they work. That's dialogue. That's what. Look it up.
I got you.
Well, we have fireworks officially here on the 4th of July show. And we're thankful for that. We have not asked our opinion of our guests. Let's go to our Cuban Brown representative of the show here this week on the Outcast Podcast. My man, Manny, I do respect your hip-hop game. As I said earlier, you turned me on to a lot of the New York hip-hop. Have you been keeping up with this beef here? Or you said you're not too into the new stuff?
Nah, not too much, but I don't consider them new either. You know that.
They've been around a
Been
minute.
around for a minute.
And I think they're
mean,
good. Drake, I think, is good. I
Ken-
think Kendrick is good. I think J. Cole is good when you talk about
Kendrick is a
guys
pure
that are-
rapper,
Yeah.
and Drake is a pop artist, really. You know, but he could rap, but he's a pop artist.
And who do you think in this beef, in your opinion, who do you think has come out on top in the end? Or has anyone won? I mean, they're both still alive, so I'd say they both are winning.
What do you define as win? What's a win?
What's
the
win.
definition of
I'll
a
give
win?
Drake a win over Meek Mill. If you remember when he came out to back to back,
Oh, he talking about the battle. He talking about
the battle. Who
the
won?
diss track
Who won
and
the
all this.
battle
The
between
diss track?
the two, the diss tracks? Who came out looking like the
I can't
victor?
even- No, I
Do
don't
you have
want
an
to sound.
opinion?
I don't want to sound like I really honestly I haven't paid attention to the diss tracks at all. Like that doesn't catch my attention too much.
Yeah,
So,
you remember the Pac diss track? Of course.
of course.
The Nas one, I mean, was great.
Yeah.
The No Vaseline, that was a good one.
I heard somebody put
Take over.
I heard somebody put the acapella of "Hit 'Em Up" over the instrumental to "They Not Like Us,"
and
it
it's
was
badass.
awesome.
It is badass.
Really good.
All right, we
Yeah,
only
it
have
is.
a few more moments left in this special episode here, this 3rd of July episode. We are brought to you by BetterHelp. If you're looking for a little therapy, maybe it's been a long year for you, you need somebody to talk out some of the stresses in your life, they got therapists on standby. You don't have to get in a calendar and wait 6 weeks to get in to see one. They'll get you set up. You fill out a quick questionnaire. All you have to do is go to BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp.com/Outcasts and save 10% on your first month's therapy, thanks to your good friends here at the Outcast Podcast. Also, we stay hydrated thanks to Liquid IV. Shout out to Liquid IV. Make sure you go to liquidiv.com as you're celebrating the 4th of July and stay hydrated with that sugar-free. And you can do that at liquidiv.com using our code OUTCAST. We have a game this week that we're going to play. We're going to lighten it up, have a little fun. This is the Is It Real or Is It AI? TK, you showed me an AI video of the Justin Timberlake mugshot to where they did AI with it. I don't know if we could pull that up from the truck. I know this is a last-minute thing. I'm asking big things from the truck. But maybe they could bring the video in. It's Justin Timberlake. It's his mugshot. All of a sudden, he takes a big drink of a beer. And it doesn't it look so real, Tom?
It's crazy because they just took his mugshot, and the AI did the rest. It made it into a video where it looks like he just takes a beer and then takes a big old swig of this beer, and it looks like they're going to play it. It's pretty wild. Oh.
At some point, we'll get the video. But
Yeah,
So now they can here it
it
goes.
is. Watch
So that
this.
was just a picture. That's not a video. There's no video of him drinking that beer. There isn't one.
That's all AI.
That's all
Yeah.
AI.
I
Play it
told
again.
y'all.
That's just his mugshot. Look how real that looks. That is not a video.
Bring it back and roll it one more time. So
At the
you
very
can see
beginning, it shows the picture just frozen. And then all of this is now AI. Taken from that image. Is that not insane?
I told
people?
y'all, didn't I tell y'all every time we talk about this, I don't like that AI stuff. I'm
Scary,
telling you, man.
That's scary.
I keep telling y'all. Y'all just want to keep playing with
That's
it, man.
scary.
That's one of the first ones I've seen where I'm just like,
Oh, here's one I just found out, and maybe I'm late to the party for this. These calls you get and carrying on, and somebody like, if you like say, if somebody call you and say hello, but nobody say nothing, they taking your voice and they
yes,
putting that
they're
shit.
manipulating it. Yep,
Yeah,
they'll take it
I
and
didn't
use
even know
the
that.
yeses to sign
You
up for
getting
stuff.
text messages and shit to say like, "Hey, are you up?" You be like, "Who is this?" The number you don't know, like, "Who is this?" I gave my number to somebody. Who is this? And by before, I'm so and so, and then they bait you in to try to tell you all about your shit. Like, man, these bots, these scammers, these fuckers getting out of control, man. I'm gonna say something that got us banned, so I'm not gonna do it.
Well, this stuff is scary, but it is the future. I can see where this is going to be our new future. Who knows where it's going to take
Well, we
us.
need to knock it off.
Back to the future. The future is now.
It could
Want to
could
make a
take us.
billion-dollar company? Come up with a device that detects real from AI.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think they
That'd
have
be a
that,
billion
and that's a
dollar
great idea. But they have that.
Well, you
they
know
have
what?
a program. They have something that you can. Yes,
Okay.
they
Well,
do.
and you can make it better, but you just gave everybody your idea, so now you
It was
got
a great idea. It was a great idea.
I don't got the skills to come. I got the skills to come up with
Hey,
it.
you better
You
partner
did
with
just come
somebody.
up with it.
You just
No, I'm
did.
saying to do it.
Hey,
Yeah.
you'll find somebody.
Well, let's
Hey,
see how
make that
good.
$1 billion
Let's
slam.
play a game here and see how good you guys are telling the difference between an image we're going to throw up on the screen. For those of that are watching on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, and around the world, we appreciate it. To those of you just listening to us on the podcast, well, you better check in on the YouTube and watch the video. We're going to play a game of which of these faces were made by AI, which ones are real, or which ones are fake. So if we could put the first face up on the screen. So this is from the New York Times. I'll start with you, Tomcat.
Is that Rainbow's lady?
Do you think
Oh no! Why would you?
Do you think that woman
ass.
is that looks like a pretty damn real photo if you ask me? But I mean, again, it's your game to play, Tomcat. Do you think that that's a real image or a fake image?
I'm gonna go real.
Real. Click it. Oh, you are
Wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, that was close.
That's AI.
That was hard.
That's the best they come up with.
Well, let's see what the next one is. We'll get one for Memphis. Let's go to the next one here. All right. They are not attractive AI people. People are not going out of their way to make these people super attractive.
Well, why not?
But was this gentleman here made by AI? Looks like Kevin Costner after a few too many.
Yeah.
What
Holy
do
shit.
On the horizon.
What do you think?
Oh God, that might be. I think that's real, man.
You think that's real? I mean,
Yeah.
after the last one, I don't know if you can really tell, but go ahead. You think it's real, and you would be
Correct, because that always goes off on, off on.
I bet you it don't.
Nice
usually.
job. Nice job. All right. Well, now our guest host is going to play the game. Hopefully, he's pretty good at it. He came up with an idea to try to be able to test and what is real and what is fake. How good will he be at it? Manny, this guy right here. What do you think? He's one of the more handsome ones we've seen.
That's 100%
No homo.
AI.
He looked like a
100%
weird
AI.
Tim Tebow.
No Diddy.
It looks AI, kind of.
All
Yeah,
right.
he kinda does.
You're going with AI. You're locking in that answer. Let's see
100%.
if he's right. And yes,
Nice.
you are correct. Nice work, Manny. Manny scores for the Brown team. All right. Very nice work. Okay. So
That
now,
first one was a trick one with that frumpy bitch. You never would have thought they would have made an AI chick to
Well,
look
how
that
do you really
look that
feel?
plain
God
Jane
damn.
ass. No, I'm just kidding.
God dang, TK, that's just mean, man. That's
All right,
rude.
let's roll into round
She got a
two.
family, a digital family somewhere.
This is round two. Let's get the next picture up.
Oh,
that's.
no.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to steer
Oh,
you in the
no.
wrong direction. But
She's
Tomcat,
AI.
You think she's AI? Let's see. This is from the New York Times and
No!
Tomcat.
2 for 2. Wow, she's very good looking.
Yeah, very attractive. I wonder if we could get her Instagram or something.
Man,
we
you
could
trying to
follow her.
slide in them DMs, ain't you, partner?
Yeah.
Dang it. The
Soon-
first one tricked me because she was so ugly. The second one tricked me because she was so good looking.
All right, you've now
This
been
is tough.
you've now been eliminated.
All right.
No white privilege here on this show. So you're not winning this game, Tomcat. Let's move on to Memphis and our next image. Let's show them. What about this little fella?
That kid look like he belong on like a cereal box or some shit. Like
He's
he
missing. He's missing. Somebody
Well, I
find
hope
him.
he's not missing, but he don't look real to me though.
You say that he's,
Yellow ass teeth. Look at that.
You say that's
Hey,
AI.
AI can create all that
Let's
crap.
see what we got here. Go ahead, click it. Is it AI? Oh no, you would be wrong.
That's a real little dude. Oh boy.
All right,
Oh,
Manny.
So wait, yeah, because the yellow teeth. That's what gave it away for me.
Well, I couldn't see his teeth from this angle.
Manny, you could really steal the show here. We have something about our guests always end up beating our main
Because
host.
we're idiots.
But
Yeah.
let's see how good you are at this. Go ahead and throw the next one up there.
Oh yeah,
That's,
look at that guy.
that'd be pretty. I mean, I don't think there's a way you can tell. I think this is just a tough game. But what do
Dude,
you?
this shit is impossible.
What do you
This
think?
is
Looks like
crazy.
Tim Tebow,
I'm gonna
too.
say AI.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you.
You're gonna say AI. He locks that in.
He's gonna
Go
win.
ahead.
Yeah, he's gonna win. Oh, the
yes.
guest.
Look
Give
at
it
that.
up for our guest.
All right, nice
Look at
work,
that.
Manny. Man,
Nice.
Yeah.
brings it home. Brings it home. Nice. He shoots. He scores. Very nice work, Manny. I'll tell you what you've won. Do we got anything to give Manny? I don't think we do. So
He got some bottled water over
you've
there.
won actually. You haven't won
It gets
shit.
worse every week. We're
But
down to
it,
nothing.
We want you to feel
Hurricane
good.
supplies. And
Yeah, this show's running on fumes. Welcome
Oh,
to the
gosh.
Outcast Podcast. This is how we do
Yeah,
it.
that's what it is. Shoestring.
We can get you
shoestring
some
budget
therapy. How would you like some therapy? You can get on BetterHelp.com.
Hey, that's a great thing. Sure.
10% off.
Good job, man. That shit was crazy. Listen,
yeah.
real talk. I had no fucking idea.
All right, let's do
I had
one-
no idea.
One more because we did have a little bit of this prepared. Everybody could vote on this, and we'll just take the room's guess. But they also had not only people, but they had just landscapes. If we could put one of the landscapes up, if we could have that from the truck up on the screen. Now, these are just landscapes. Are they real images or fake images? What's your first thought on that? It looks like a field. Maybe
It's like a
farming.
farm or something.
yeah.
I'm gonna go fake.
You think it's a fake? All right, go ahead. Lock it in, fake. And
it's correct. It said correct.
It did say correct? All right, we'll do one more. Now, this is a landscape. I see a
this
human
looks
in it.
real.
Is that like an aerial foot?
Could be fake, but I'm going to go
I don't know, man.
Because they always go back and forth.
It might be fake.
Go back. Go to real.
Just try real.
just
Lock
try
it in.
real.
Yeah, correct. I told you they always
Okay,
go back and
last
forth.
one. Let's see if we can
Now
get
they're
one
going to
wrong.
try to trick you because they're going to go back to real.
You think this is real or fake?
It looks fake, but it could be real. We're going to go to real
That's a
because they're going to try
boring
to trick
picture.
us.
I wouldn't even look at that in the magazine.
Trick.
All right, real. Let's go
Real.
real.
Let's go real.
Oh, damn it. See, they got us.
All right, so
let's go.
just go with your gut.
Yeah.
It's a hard game to stop playing. Let's play one
Hey, that
more.
looks real.
This one looks real.
I don't know. That's too perfect.
The one with
That looked like somewhere I've been.
that's true. There and the fake images seem to be good with the foggy shit.
Yeah, nice
Yeah, it's
fall. I
true.
say it's fake.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Ping.
We're right.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
good.
Yeah.
Let's move on, or we could play this game all day. It's almost time to get to the not so good news, which is being brought to you by Manscaped. That's right. Keep those
Sweet.
balls manscaped. And you can get what I know, TK, you got the package.
Dude, let me just tell you,
What came
I'm
out
using
Manscaped?
I
I'm using
wouldn't
the
say it
man
like
I'm
that,
using the
man.
man's Yeah, I don't know about all
say
that.
It like
but
that. He got the package.
We
What
use
do
that
you mean?
we use that term
Don't put that
loosely.
on- yeah, don't put
package.
that on him.
But anyway,
Sorry.
but
What
hey,
did you get in the package?
this shit is great, man. The more than anything, the trimmers and everything, but the stuff that makes your nuts smell awesome is so amazing, and I would advise anyone to go get this. I will definitely be buying this again. The nut smelly stuff. You know, it's a little lotion.
That's what
that
they call it? The nut
I don't know what
smelly
they call it exactly, but you put a little bit on your
What is it,
little bit of
butter or something?
It's basically some deodorant for your nads, and you squeeze a little tiny bit on your fingers, man. Put it on your nuts. Smells.
You like the nose hair
Good.
trimmers too.
Nose hair trimmers are great. Yeah, no nose hairs. I'm good to go.
It comes with a whole kit, and you can get the Outcast kit if you go to manscaped.com. And then when you go to checkout, just put in the code Outcast, and you can save 20% off plus free shipping. And that's thanks to your boys here at the Outcast Podcast.
Hey, you're welcome with that free shipping, man.
Yeah. Get those balls right. Let's get the news right. Hopefully you can get it right.
Let's try to get it right.
This is the not so good news with my main man, Tomcat. Take it away.
Take it away. All right, July 3rd, 2024. Tomorrow is the 4th of July, and it is almost 250 years since the founding of our country. That would be 248 years ago this year. And as we approach America's 250th birthday, sometimes we forget that July 4th commemorates a world historical moment in which a small group of men signed a document which became an immortal document, the Declaration of Independence. 4th of July, also known as Independence Day or July 4th, has been a federal holiday in the United States since 1941.
Not
only.
everybody was Independence Day for, talk to Memphis.
But the tradition of Independence Day celebration goes back to the 18th century and the American Revolution. Some notable birthdays today. We got Tom Cruise. He's 61 years old.
Wow.
Party Next Door, the R&B singer, he's 30 years old. Julian Assange, who recently was released last week from federal prisons on espionage charges, is 52 years old today. Happy birthday, buddy.
birthday.
I bet you're having a good birthday.
Oh, you know it.
On this day, back in history in 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg, the largest battle ever fought on the American continent, ends in a major victory for the Union during the Civil War. In 1884, the Dow Jones publishes the first stock index ever. The Dow Joneses. Today is National Stay Out of the Sun Day. We're doing it. National Air Conditioning Day. We love it. And it's also American Redneck Day. We are it, right, Gentry?
Yeah, I got a redneck in me for sure.
Bang. All right, my first story is a crazy scene in NY where the video catches the moment a millionaire banker punches a lady in the face here in the Big Apple. Dramatic video has revealed the moment a New York investment banker Jonathan Kane, 52.
What's the story here?
Good Duke.
Damn.
This guy is an investment banker, a millionaire investment
Jonathan
banker.
K. by his employer, an investment banking firm who lives in the neighborhood. The attack happened at the corner of 5th Avenue and 3rd Street in Park Slope Saturday night, just hours after Brooklyn's Pride Parade had wrapped up. News 4's Jessica Cunnington is live there now. And Jess, you have an exclusive interview with the woman that man punched. What is she telling you?
Gilma Adams, she is telling her story. She is speaking out while her nose is broken in 4 places, she says. She's in a lot of pain still, but she's speaking up and speaking out to make sure that this doesn't happen to anyone else.
Holy fucking shit!
Damn.
It is shocking video.
That is shocking video.
He
just
says
punched her right in the face.
that they were Queers for Palestine group and they attacked him. If you watch a little bit further in the video after he punched her, you see liquid on his back. He says they threw liquid on him. I still don't think it's any reason to clock a woman like that, but that's what happened.
Would them queers
he got beat up pretty good apparently after that as well. All right, my next story is about a giant sinkhole. That's not another name for Ramo, but a giant sinkhole that opened up in a soccer field in Illinois, leaving the community in shock. It happened Wednesday morning around 9:30 a.m.
Are we sure that's not AI?
I was just thinking that.
That looks like AI to me.
Yeah, that looks
We're
like
living in
like
fake times.
hell.
You can't tell what's real anymore. But
Officials say the
looks
hole
crazy.
is approximately 30 feet deep, 100 feet wide. It was reportedly caused by a collapsed underground mine. There have been no injuries.
Good thing nobody was playing soccer out there at that time.
I know.
Shit's crazy. All right, so my next story is about this massive Hurricane Beryl. This week weakened to a Category 4 Tuesday after becoming a Category 5 on Monday night. The storm is currently slamming into the island of Jamaica right now. 140 mile per hour sustained winds. The storm is one of the strongest to impact Jamaica in 15 years. Now it's a Category 4, right? And it was the earliest Category 5 on record in the Atlantic. It's broken a bunch of records. At least 7 people have died in the hurricane so far, according to authorities. Grenada's island president there, I can't say the name of what they call him, says that their island was flattened in a half an hour. Its prime minister said that's what it's his prime minister. Its winds intensified by 95 miles an hour in just 48 hours. And so rapid intensification with this story.
And it's going to go all the way across the Gulf.
Storm's going to take a swing at the Cayman Islands Wednesday night into Thursday. Hurricane warning is now also in effect for part of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula because that's where it's heading.
Yeah, that's prayers for
It's just getting started, hurricane season.
Yeah, we're just getting, this is the first.
I mean, they used to it, though.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all.
Next up, the Chinese rocket crashed after an accidental launch during a ground test. The Chinese rocket crashed after being accidentally launched during a test Sunday. Its company, Space Pioneer, said in a statement the crash happened when the first stage of the Tianlong 3 rocket detached from its launch pad during a test.
That does look like a Tianlong.
It's a Tianlong. You got put some volume on this. Wait till you hear this explosion. You got to hear this.
Let's hear this explosion. Turn it up. Let's hear it. Can we hear it? I'm not hearing it.
For K and referred us to an article in the Daily Mail which described the group as the aggressors. That
now you got two things
slurs
playing.
were used.
That's cool.
Look
at that. Imagine if it would have hit those buildings in that city right there. It's crazy.
Damn.
These Space Pioneer is a leading company in commercial rocket sphere specialized in liquid propellant rockets. So one of those will probably land on us one day. All right, my last story. Have you ever heard of nose pulling?
What?
No.
Nose pulling. This is a new sport called nose pulling. It is a tug of war of sorts where two people are attached by one string and they pull opposite each other with the string across the nose, their bridge of their nose.
Oh,
it looks rather painful. I'm not sure if this is a sport that will be in the Olympics.
Oh,
no, it's not.
That's some Florida shit, old.
This match was held by the Native Youth Olympics at the Alaska Airlines Center. So I think they're in Alaska.
So stupid.
This is actually in like an arena where they're doing this.
Oh my God!
Oh God! Look
Please
at that.
turn it off.
Oh my God! Oh no! I cannot unsee that.
That is disgusting.
Oh my God!
Who wants to try?
Why would you?
That's the news.
That's some deep woods, Florida.
Oh my God! You got
That's
Alaska.
Alaska.
People out there.
They're up in Alaska.
So
Yeah,
you
they
got
get no
people,
sunshine up there. There's a problem.
You got them doggone things where now you can walk around and have slapping contests and shit.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. The slap contest. That's out of control.
That's oh my God, man. People, just go outside and play. Just go put the phone down, go outside and
This is a strong ass string, let me just say.
Please
as well.
don't play the nose.
I want to see the other guy's face.
Look at him. He looking
so
like
awful.
Yeah.
It's like his face look like somebody farted.
It makes my skin curl when I see that.
He ain't got no blackheads.
Well,
on his nose. Oh, that's disgusting.
It's been a heck of a show. I'd like to thank our guest host for filling in for Ramo this week, Manny, my man from the NYC, representing New York to the fullest. I thank you for coming in. You did a great job.
Hanging out, dog.
Hope you had fun. Thanks to our black guy. I want to make sure I don't mention him last because I know he feels
now
like
you're
he's
trying to
always
prove a
put
point.
last.
You're trying to prove a point.
So there you are. Memphis, you did a great job today. Thank you
very
for
much.
everything you did, man.
Be safe out here, y'all.
And happy 4th to you. I know you don't celebrate it, but please enjoy the time with your family and light something on fire, even if it's a doobie.
Oh, of course. I got so many lined up on deck. Woo-wee.
Also, shout out to our white boy, our Florida man. That'd be Tomcat. Shout out to you. You feeling good about Trump? What's going to happen when they put Kamala in there?
I don't know. I'm really nervous at this point. I know he can beat Joe, but I mean, Kamala, she's doing good. So, and if they bring out, you know, it could be tough. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Also, big shout out to Jordan and Jacob in the truck for taking care of all the videos. Thanks to the fans. We'll see you back.
Listen, I heard that Tomcat gets no bitches.
He gets no bitches.
That's the truth. God bless everybody. Good night. We'll see you next time. God's willing.
Democrats piss me off.
I smoked the marijuana.